anymore, but he's not a guy you've run into on the tour, is it, Robert Owen? You don't believe so?
No, not yet. If I have, I can't remember.
But when you come to these weekends, I mean, look, we've got some of the big names and guys you expect to be challenging in the final session of action. Obviously, Michael van Gerwen. Michael Smith has won 4 of these titles before. Peter Wright has won 5 of these titles. But it just goes to show that anybody who turns up on these weekends, they're quite capable of throwing good enough darts to beat anybody.
Definitely. I mean, there's a lot of players out there that maybe the
41.
The guys at home haven't seen on TV. But they still produce the 100-plus averages on the floor. Great players in their own right.
Stack attack. Perfect from the Welshman. 180, number 1. That's his 7th of the weekend, Robert Owen.
I think there might be a few more coming.
Well, you can see the way that his darts go into the board. Sort of perpendicular. And that's why he's got the nickname. Likes to stack them on top of each other.
It's not my favourite way of seeing a dart go in the board, but they seem to be working well for Robert.
That's a bit more like it. It's a bit more Mervyn style, isn't it, from Michael Smith? Well, he's left himself 83.
60.
Michael Smith.
83.
Treble 17 should be the route. And the 16s. It's the trebles. They get to dart at double 9.
74.
And Robert Owen, an opportunity here.
78.
Opportunity for the first leg for a break. Not the best of starts.
Great recovery.
Double 16. And hits it first up. Excellent.
Robert Owen.
Wow.
Second leg is Robert to throw first.
The man sat alongside me loves a double 16. And Robert Owen will be very happy with that one. Gets the break of throw. Coming into this, he actually had a slightly higher tournament average than Michael Smith. Only a fraction of a point. But Michael Smith, despite winning 6-2 in both his games, saw Joe Cullen this afternoon, Roby John Rodriguez yesterday, he's not been firing on all cylinders. It's not the sort of display from Michael Smith this weekend.
41.
Definitely not. Michael's a very, very high scorer, and he makes it look so easy when he's on it. We haven't seen that so far.
How far do you think
85.
this lad could go, Michael Smith, Merv? Because, I mean, you will have seen him for a number of years now.
I still believe in what I said when I edged him out
59.
when I won my first European tour, that he could be a world champion. He's got the game. Whether he's got the temperament, I'm not 100% sure, but he has definitely got the game.
Is that something you can learn, temperament, approaching the game in the right way, or is it just a natural thing?
140.
It comes natural to a lot of people. It is an acquired thing for some. He has changed a little bit over the last. He seems to have grown up a little bit now, where before he was a little bit hot-headed. Some might say that about me.
60. Michael require 40.
Well, it's been a good response, having been broken in that first leg.
A
13 darter for Michael Smith gets the break back.
Third leg is Michael.
One apiece.
Game on.
As I said before, it's only a break if you can hold your own.
135.
And we saw a fantastic crescendo in our opening quarter final. Michael van Gerwen, having played out 10 consecutive holds of throw
82.
with Darryl Gurney, needed a break in the last leg, got it with a 12 darter.
You can't ask for better than that, can you?
Well,
that is the time to break somebody.
And with Darryl Gurney sat on tops after 12 darts, ready to go out, never got a poke at it. High quality stuff here at the Dutch Darts Masters.
58.
Robert seems to fall away a little bit at the moment.
22.
You're a man who's been on this stage this weekend, Mervyn. 203 average the other day. Very impressive.
Thank you. Didn't get me very far, though.
No, didn't get you through.
140.
But, I mean, 5,000 fans here. Record crowd for the European Tour. You've seen this series of events grow over the last few years. Has it surprised you how big this has become?
No, not at all. Not at all. And I can't see it stopping, to be honest with you, either.
60.
It just seems to be getting bigger and better all the while.
Well, 14s. Oh, well, he didn't. Okay. Well, he
44.
could have gone 14 for bullseye and
Robert
guaranteed himself a
Uruguay,
dart for the leg.
161.
In the end, he's not going to be punished for it because Robert Owen was looking at a massive check out. But it is a bit of a
85,
dangerous
Michael
game, that.
Uruguay, 40.
Yes, I've come foul of that myself.
Game shot on the third leg.
dart from
Michael
Michael there.
Smith. Ball fake is Robert to throw first. Game on.
Well, a brace of tops finishers for Michael Smith, and the Bully Boy into the lead for the first time in this one, looking to set up a
60.
clash with Michael van Gerwen in the semi-finals. And those two have had some real tear-ups on the European Tour. Michael Smith beating Michael van
52.
Gerwen in 2 finals for 2 of those 4 Euro Tour titles that he's won. But he has been on the wrong end of some MVG batterings as well.
Haven't we all?
Well, yeah.
60.
Yeah, he's dished out a fair few.
He's on a different planet sometimes, I think.
96.
And you were around. I mean, of course you were around. You watched him win his first major title, Mervyn. But, I mean, Michael van Gerwen, the
140.
heights that he's hitting and hitting on a regular basis, did you think, I mean, do you look at somebody like Michael Smith now and think he could go and do what MVG's done, or is MVG just a special case as Michael Smith fires in a second maximum?
Michael is definitely special. Just beyond belief, some of the things he does. But
25.
if you look at Michael, Michael Smith, I mean, if you look at the way he plays, it's just another natural throw, the same as Michael van
133.
Gerwen. And he hits lots of big scores and lots of big checkouts when he's on song. We can all struggle, but we can all do the good games as well.
140.
Well, there's a bit of pressure there from Robert Owen, but it's tops again for Michael Smith, and he is hitting it with regularity. It is 3 legs on the spin where he's left tops and then hit it. And 3 legs in a row has put Michael Smith in charge of this one. And is he just
134.
getting better as this tournament goes on? That's an encouraging sign for fans of the Bully Boy. You've got to peak at the right times.
So he's coming out all guns blazing in the first round and then
81.
deteriorate. You need to get better as the tournament goes on if you stand a chance of winning it.
Is that experience in learning how to pace yourself for particularly on these days where you've got 4 games in a day?
To be honest with you, I don't think that anybody goes up there with the intention of playing
With
less than they're
Yeah.
capable of doing. You know, if you go out there and it just happens and you play superbly, you're going to take it. You're going to play as well as you can
81.
possibly play. But if it happens naturally, then that's superb.
Because they're demanding days, aren't they? These final days on the Euro Tour. If you are going to go all the way to the final, it's a long old day. Particularly, Merv, if you're getting in at about 6 in the morning to hit the practice board.
46.
I wouldn't say it was quite at 6.
4:15.
I suppose I'd be practicing when most people were having their breakfast.
97.
You were practicing on Friday. You weren't even in action till Saturday.
I felt a bit rusty with the time off, you see, in August. I needed to put a few hours in on the
60.
board.
Robert Uruguay, 142.
And it's a big one for Robert Owen, but it's on. Ooh, it looked inviting, didn't it?
86.
I'm surprised
Michael
he stayed
Uruguay,
there, to be honest with you.
120.
I was looking more for a 42 with the second half.
Michael Smith wasn't looking for a skinny 5.
Definitely not.
39.
Yeah.
Robert Uruguay, 56.
Well, a loose visit, and it may well cost him because Robert Owen, he's gone 20 for double 18. Now for double 9.
47.
Well, Michael
Michael
Smith's loose
Uruguay,
visit there
81.
means that he may only get a dart at the bullseye himself. Oh, it's double 13.
55. Robert Uruguay, 9. Game shot on the 5th leg. Robert Owen.
It's a great double finish there.
6 leg is Robert to throw
Robert Owen.
first. Game on.
Pulls the deficit back to only 3-2 now. And it's his start. If he can hold to level the match. And he's starting superbly here with a full house.
180.
180 number 2 for Robert Owen. 4 in this match. We got 10 in the opening quarter-final. 5
100.
apiece for Michael van Gerwen and Darryl Gurney.
Which doesn't surprise me in the least.
Well, Gurney certainly over the last few months has
100.
blossomed into an elite level player, really. He's up to number 12 in the world.
Definitely.
100.
But
Who knows how far he can go?
Well, he's only got the one PDC title to his name, but he's been knocking on the door ever since winning that one. Made a number of finals
100.
and semi-finals. Obviously, the semi-final, the match play. Wasn't far off winning on the World Series in Las Vegas. But not quite able to get over the line against Michael van Gerwen.
121.
It's a good start for the 121. Leaves him the bull.
96.
Just misses the bullseye.
Michael
It's
Crowell,
25.
161.
He's probably going to come back. He's definitely going to come back and have a look at that 25 now.
64. Robert
Which way is he
Unicron,
going to choose to-
25.
Try and take this 25 out. That's the 9, leaves double 8, 2 darts in his hand. Only
In
needs
shot
the
on
1.
sixth leg, Robert Owen.
Just squeezing it in the
Michael
corner
is
there.
going
We've got a
first.
level
Game
game
on.
now. Michael Smith not having things all his own way. And this is kind of what Robert Owen's been
91.
doing all weekend. He's averaging around about the 90 mark. He's hitting about half his darts at double. And when opportunities are presenting themselves, more often than not,
60.
he's taking them. And that's been enough to get past Simon Whitlock, the number 4 seed. Cristo Reyes, a rising star in PDC darts. It was enough to batter Jamie Page
45.
on Friday. It may be enough to knock out the 4-time Euro Tour winner Michael Smith, the way
You never
things
know.
are going.
80.
You never know. He certainly doesn't look overawed up there. He seems quite comfortable with it.
Yeah, it's
93.
obviously it's a long while since you started playing on big stages, but it is a skill, isn't it, to be able to bring your floor game onto a big stage with
85.
5,000 fans. I mean, Robert Owen will not have played in front of a crowd anything like this size before.
It took me a couple of years when I first started to make the latter stages of tournaments and to take it onto the stage, even without this size audience. There
60.
may have been
Michael Crowell,
1,200 in the
170.
audience, and that was big at the time. So it is an acquired taste, if you like.
90.
There's a little bit to do in this leg, but yet again he's in the treble at the latter end of the leg.
140.
Once again, it's those set-up
Michael
shots for
Unicron,
Robert
80.
Owen that really do apply some pressure. 20 for tops. He's been great on top so far, Michael Smith, but he
Bit-
only gets one dart.
Bit awkward for him.
40. Robert Unicron, 76.
Yet another chance for Robert Owen. Double 18,
58.
just
Michael
inside.
Unicron,
Had the chance
40.
there to take the leg and to move into the lead.
Well, oh dear, it's very low. Up for the fives. Oh,
No score. Robert
well,
Unicron,
Michael
18.
Smith, deadly on tops in the early stages of this game. Not so much now. You knew that was the
score.
danger.
Michael Unicron,
And Michael Smith
40.
now will be delighted he busted his score there.
Definitely. I don't think he thought he was going to have another shot.
30.
Well, Mervyn King
Robert
is
Unicron,
baffled.
8.
I am totally gobsmacked. I've never seen, well, I have seen it, but it's not very often you see doubles miss like this.
Double two. In the madhouse, Robert Owen.
6 score.
That was unlucky, that dart, right on the wire.
Michael Unicron, 10.
This time, double five goes, and Michael Smith. Well, I make that 7 darts missed by Robert Owen in that leg.
Yeah, there must be something like that, very close.
Can they, those legs, those moments,
100.
7 darts to go into the lead at 4-3. Can that demoralise you as a player? Can it play on your mind and affect the rest of the game?
It can do if you let it. But you have to have a strong mind to block that out and forget about it instantly, which is something that I never used to be able to do. But now it's the moment the leg's over, it's gone, and I'm concentrating on the next one. But if you let it, yes, very much so.
And that's, I mean, it kind of brings us back to the temperament point you were making about Michael Smith, who used to see him a lot more than he does now. Get angry at himself, beat himself up. He wouldn't let things go. If he had a bad leg or a bad score, you got the feeling that it'd be playing on his mind for the next leg and a half at least. Sometimes entire games, and it just go.
Trouble is, if you do that, it affects the leg you're playing at that particular time. That's a great shot.
123. Robert, you require
Unfortunately with the third dart there.
Took out a 136. Robert Owen against Simon Whitlock to win the match. He's not taking it out here.
60. Michael, you require 147. $73. Robert, you require 76.
Now then, treble 20. Another 20 for double 18, you would think. Yeah, that's been his preferred route. But double 18 has not been his friend tonight.
Yet again inside. It's uncharacteristic.
Yeah, there we go. Get in there. You heard Michael Smith. I think particularly satisfying for the bully boy in that he's had a leg or two there where he's had darts at double, and even when he's had a good marker just outside, which you think he can use as a guide, he's not really taken advantage of it. But there, a good miss, if you like, on the double 10, and then just slid in right next to it.
Fine adjustment. Fine adjustment.
40.
One would think that Michael may be getting hold of this game now.
96.
Well, it may be enough, Michael Smith, to see him through to the semi-finals. Winning on the Euro Tour this year, of course, in Gibraltar, Michael Smith. Robert Owen, digging deep.
140.
But this, you would think, is not going to be anything that worries Michael van Gerwen in the semi-finals. He's going to have to raise his game.
Whoever gets through is going to have to raise their game.
81.
Well, Michael Smith, 207 points away.
40.
Oh, dear me. Well, he's managed to leave himself a finish at least.
Robert really needs to find a couple of treble 20s here at least.
Well,
That's
there's two. But all three! I think he's done some serious damage to his stems there. He's going to have to fix them and come back. And with the way that Robert Owen's darts go, 20 for double top, he could use this first start as a bit of a guide.
That looks perfect for him.
Game shot on the ninth leg.
Merv knows.
Uses it correctly, finds the double 20 in one
Game
dart.
on.
Well, this is massive. Robert Owen, a hold of throw here. And we are going all the way to a last leg decider. And we saw in the Gurney Michael van Gerwen game. But just one great leg from either man will seal the deal.
140.
I thought that was a great adjustment from Robert there after the first dart finding the one to find the two treble 20s.
Just took a moment, didn't he, and sort of reset himself.
140.
And it's now paying dividends.
$96.
Great cover shot there.
This is the biggest game in Robert Owen's PDC career. Only once before has he made a quarter-final. That was on a Pro Tour. But here on the Euro Tour, bigger money, big stage, huge crowd. And he has given himself a chance of an 11-darter in the penultimate leg of the match. But that is superb from Michael Smith to apply the pressure. Now Robert Owen. Is it tops? Oh, it was.
80. Michael, you require 94.
A 94 for the match. Well, that face is the face of a man who needs a ridiculous dart to win this match, 46. And he can't find his way through. One match
20.
dart missed. Robert Owen to take us all the way. Double 10.
Yeah, superb dart there from Robert. Takes double 10 in two darts. Slight adjustment after the first one. Level match. Deciding leg now. Michael Smith with the start.
Is Robert Owen nervous here, Mervyn? It's the biggest game of his PDC career.
I would say so. If he isn't, he's not human.
125.
Do you still get nervous after all these years in games like this, a semi-final on the line on the Euro Tour, last leg decider?
You feel a little bit of the butterflies in your stomach, maybe.
137.
But not as much as I used to. I wish I could get more
60.
nervous sometimes. I tend to play better when I'm nervous.
About harnessing that nervous energy, isn't it? Channeling it into something good.
100.
It was a great last start there from Robert over the top of the first two.
100.
Just the time. Robert Owen could be first to a finish here. His set-up shots have been very good in this tournament.
Yet again, he's in.
And again, Robert Owen produces a great set-up shot. 124 left after 9. Michael Smith is on double 18 for the match, but he took out a 136 to beat Simon Whitlock earlier. A 124 and he's in the semis. Oh, Robert Owen doesn't give himself a match start. And Michael Smith, having missed one at the bullseye in the last leg, gets 3 at double 18. Robert Owen hasn't been able to hit double 18 all match. Can Michael Smith, hoisting by his own petard, will double 9 it'll have to be, and double 9 is there. Michael Smith, the 4-time Euro Tour winner, ends Robert Owen's hopes of making a first ever PDC ranking semi-final, edging him out 6-5.